You know that feeling when you pour your heart into creating content, you show up consistently, you follow all the right marketing strategies, and then you still struggle to get people to actually buy? It's super frustrating, right? Especially when you know that you're really, really good at what you do. But here's the thing that nobody is actually telling you. By the time that somebody gets on a sales call with you, they should already be 90% sold. And I know that this might sound impossible, especially if you're spending a lot of time on sales calls, overcoming objections, and trying to get people to buy. But what if I told you that the key isn't about creating more content or mastering more fancy sales scripts or different strategies to get people to buy? What if it's really about strategically shifting your audience's beliefs through what I call creating light bulb moments in your own content? I know that right now this might sound kind of impossible, especially if you're spending a lot of time really overcoming these objections, but I'm going to show you exactly how to do this in your content right now by really getting your audience to be totally pre-sold by the time that they get to the call. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you very specific examples that you're going to be able to implement right away. First, let me explain to you what's very likely happening right now. Most coaches out there are creating content that gives really random tips and a lot of how-tos. It's just agitating pain. It's sharing surface level advice. You're trying to basically convince people to A, get on the call with you, and B, buy. And then you wonder why people aren't really not taking action from the content that you're putting out there. You're attracting a lot of tire kickers instead of actual buyers. You have to spend all of this time on calls trying to convince people. Your audience is basically not really growing with the right people in the first place. So this is what I want you to understand that most people really miss out on. Making a sale isn't really about convincing somebody to buy. It's about shifting their beliefs about why they have a problem in the first place, why the previous solutions that they have tried before have not really worked, why your approach is actually really different, and why now is the time to solve that problem for them. So let me give you a very specific example. Let's say that you're a relationship coach. Instead of just giving tips and like how to optimize your Tinder profile or whatever, your content needs to shift their beliefs about why these people might still be single. Maybe your angle of mastery shows that successful women are using the same strategies that made them successful in their careers in their relationships. And it's actually the very thing that is pushing love away. So this is the belief that you need to focus on shifting before people will really make a decision to invest with you, because once they believe that, once they see that their approach and the way that they've been looking at the problem is the problem, they're going to be open to learning about your solution. Let me give you another example. Let's say that you're a business coach. So instead of just sharing marketing strategies, your content, once again, needs to shift your audience's beliefs about why they're struggling to attract the clients that they want. So maybe your angle of mastery reveals that they're focused on tactics when they really should be focused on becoming the premium choice in their own market. Once they believe this, they're going to really actually be ready for that solution. This is what I call planting seeds throughout your entire customer journey. Every piece of content that you create should plant a very specific idea or realization in your audience's mind that gets them closer to understanding why they need your very specific solution. These aren't random pieces of content. They are strategic belief shifts that essentially are building upon each other. So let me show you how I do this in my own business. In a social media post or an email that I send out, I might talk about how somebody can be doing all the right marketing strategies out there, but are still struggling to attract their ideal clients. So essentially what I'm doing there is planting the seed that strategy alone is really not enough for you to move forward. Then maybe in a video that I'll create, I'll explain how most coaches are accidentally speaking to the wrong audience through their own content as well. Like they're literally repelling premium clients. And so therefore, I'm planting the seed that who you speak to matters much more than how much content you create or you put out there. Then in a podcast episode like this one, for example, I might go deeper into why changing your message changes everything for your business. And essentially what I'm doing is planting the seed that messaging is the foundation of all marketing. And in my webinar, I explain exactly how you want to do or what you need to do in order to speak to power buyers, the type of people who are truly ready to invest. Once again, I'm reinforcing all of these seeds while showing my audience that there's a better way of doing things. So by the time that somebody gets on a brand message assessment call with me, they've had multiple light bulb moments about why their current approach or the situation that's happening is not working for them. So that's kind of the idea here. By the moment that we get on a call, they realize that marketing strategies alone are not going to fix their problem. They're probably speaking to the wrong audience right now. Their message needs an upgrade. They need help seeing the blind spot that they can't see for themselves. So this is why when we finally do a sales call after that 15-minute assessment, they're really already pre-sold because I've been strategically planting seeds and shifting beliefs through every piece of content that I create in my entire customer journey, in emails, in landing pages, in every piece of content that I'm creating. It's all intentionally designed to challenge my audience's current beliefs and introduce new perspectives and essentially show them what's possible. What I'm doing is I'm building a case for why messaging matters more than marketing does. So when you're creating content for yourself, you need to ask yourself, what seed am I planting here? What belief am I shifting? Am I really creating a light bulb moment through my content or not? What is the realization that I want my audience to have? And how does what I'm creating build a case for my unique solution? So as you can see, this is so much more powerful than just randomly sharing tips or just agitating pain points. It means that your content essentially is there to reinforce these new beliefs. It's showcasing how your approach is actually the difference. So by the time that people get on a sales call with you, they should already truly believe why the approach that they've been following right now is not only not working, but it's never gonna work. You wanna show them why they need a different type of solution and why your approach basically makes sense. It's the thing that they need to focus on. And more importantly, why waiting longer is actually going to cost them. So this is how you actually create instant demand for what you do. But here's what's crucial for all of this. All of this has to stem from creating a solid angle of mastery. So for me, the angle of mastery is that big idea, your unique perspective on why your clients have the problem that they have, why the solutions that they've tried before have failed, and why your approach is something that is going to really work better, and why it matters right now, why they need to fix it right now. This isn't about just like some random marketing angle that you're making up, but essentially this is something that's coming from your experiencing with the clients that you've had, the patterns that you've observed with these people, your unique combination of expertise and wisdom and the things that you've lived for yourself, your deeper understanding of transformation that only you can bring to the table. So let me give you an example of how this works if you're a health coach. So maybe your angle of mastery might be that high achievers are using their drive for excellence against themselves in their health. So the way in which your content would shift beliefs would be about talking about like why trying to have more willpower is going to fail, or why your relationship with achievement affects your health, or why sustainable health requires a different approach, or why now is the time to change that pattern. Or let's say that you're actually a career coach. So maybe your angle of mastery might be that technical experts are trying to lead with expertise instead of creating true influence. So your content shifts beliefs about why being great at your job isn't good enough, and why traditional leadership advice fails for people that are technical or practical experts, and why influence requires a different type of approach, or why this is something, again, that needs to happen right now. So this is really different than just giving tips and how to advise and tutorials and educational content, because you're actually building a case for your solution through every piece of content that you create and your entire customer journey, essentially, right? So in terms of implementing this into your own business, first you need to really identify the core beliefs that you need to focus on shifting within your audience. So that means that you have to ask yourself, well, what is it that my ideal clients right now believe about the problem? What do they think that the problem actually is? And what do they need to believe to be ready for my solution? What are those misconceptions that are actually keeping these people stuck? And what is that new perspective that would change everything for them, their approach, their perspective, their beliefs? And so based off of that, you're going to create content that strategically shift those beliefs. So in the awareness stage, you want to introduce a new way of thinking about their problem. You want to challenge those common assumptions that these people have and show why traditional approaches or the things that they've been trying right now have failed them. And you want to plant seeds for your big idea, creating those light bulb moments. And as you move deeper into the customer journey, what you're looking to do is to deepen the understanding about why your audience has the problem, that true root cause, while showcasing how your approach is different by providing evidence through stories, through examples, through really leading through your own expertise. So all of this ultimately is going to remove those obstacles to believing and creating urgency for your audience through that internal motivation that you're creating. But here's what is really crucial. This is not about manipulation or pressure. It's about helping people see their problem in a completely different way. It's about showing them what is actually possible for them. It's about leading them to their own conclusions. And when you do this right, it is absolutely amazing, because what happens is that people sell themselves into your offer. They come to their own realizations. They reach out to you ready to buy. The amount of calls that I've had where people are like, what's the next step? I am ready to invest right now. Send me the link. I'm ready to get started. Is amazing, because people are pre-sold by the time that they get to that sales call. So this is how you create real demand for what you do. It's what attract power buyers who are truly ready to invest, and how you make selling feel natural and pretty much truly aligned with who you are. And it just feels easier in every possible way. So if you want to know if your content is effectively shifting beliefs and creating demand, let's hop on a free 15-minute brand message assessment where I'm going to give you personalized feedback on exactly what you need to shift in your content, in your message, in the way that you're showing up in order to build that demand. So go to brandmessagesession.com right now, or you'll find the link underneath this video or audio. Make sure that you subscribe and follow me on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You follow me everywhere at Fabi Paolini on LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all the different places. And let me know in the comments below, what belief do you think that you need to shift for your ideal clients for them to be ready to work with you right now? I would love to hear your insights and your thoughts, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.